The only time you can get out of like the obligation of being a ma'am is when, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter anymore whether or not you've been a slave. The only time you can really get out of it is when you make the right decision about killing. Okay? You get some freebies for some things. But those freebies are like the equivalent of killing a bug that's this big, you know? And when you kill it, it's because you stepped on it and you didn't eat it. That's basically a freebie. Using pesticides, did you know it was really bad? You know, I wouldn't use pesticides anymore. I mean, that's basically it. Like, pesticides is kind of like purgatory when you use them. And that would put you in the ma'am category. Okay. So if you want to use like the kind of pesticides that like are homemade, that doesn't matter. Those ones are like, those don't count because they weren't made by God. Okay? You're not God. The ones that are made by God are the ones that just show up on the fucking on the shelf. Those are the ones that are made by God. I know, it sounds crazy, right? It's like magic. What was I going to say? All right, so Book of Eli. If there's any way that, without remaking the movie, someone knows how to reach Denzel Washington, reach him, and communicate the fact that if he's going to kill a cat, he has to eat the whole cat. And since he fed the mouse, he has to eat the whole mouse. The whole thing. Including the stomach. And if it's compared to a goat, a lawnmower being compared to a goat, then the goat has to be included in the lawnmower and the weed whacker category. Is that something you can ride? Can you ride a goat? I mean, is it possible to ride a goat? I don't know. I don't think fat people can. You know what I mean? Let's be reasonable here. What fat people are pretty good, though, at is taking a stab, right? They don't always die. But when they do die, guess what? They take metal with them. And when they're born, it shows up as in it's a part of them as a past life. Those past lives are like really important. And so they get downloaded eventually by the one who can protect them and who's linked to the library. Now, when that happens, it goes through a bunch of different ways, and it ends up going to a catalog. Okay, so the catalog has that information, the Dewey Decimal. Okay, but that has an actual cat in it. It has like Bengal tiger. It has the Siberian tiger that's white. It has all the different kinds of lions. And it has the cats that are Egyptian that also look like mermaids. Okay, those ones. In Stargate, you see it. It's deep down. It's inside. Okay. The reason why it's deep down, deep inside is because they don't breathe air. Cats breathe air. Eventually they started to breathe air, but they're related to the mermaids. And very closely related. And they're also related to mice. So guess what? Mice are also related to mermaids. Iguanas also are related to mermaids, and they're a hybrid. They're a hybrid mermaid that is related to the cat and the dog. Both. They're a product of that relationship. So it's like the lion and the lamb kind of thing. A byproduct of that. The photography, when you're doing it professionally, I would say it's not really gonna have as much of a paperweight as one that is just kind of done on the fly. When I say on the fly, it's like I'm holding the camera, okay? Or I set it down when I do stuff. Like if I'm gonna dance, I'll set it down. And I won't plan anything. I'll just start moving, and I'll move real slow. And the angles that come up, while I'm moving, are the ones that are pretty much that's what I carry with me, whether I want to or not. So there's that. When I'm just like that, or that's related to the vacuum. And that's because I didn't want it. I really didn't want the vacuum. But I did it to protect Luis. And I only was able to handle about a minute of it, and then I said, enough. So I wasn't trying to kill the baby. I was trying to not kill Luis. I was trying to save him. I was trying to save everyone. But when the doctors jumped on me, they had better have had a house, like a whole Craftsman house, like from Shoreline, that they all represented. And it was 6 in that room with Luis. And probably that's what they're going to say it was. But that's kind of silly because that's what happened the last time. So that's why there's 2 long valleys behind Cache Creek. Okay, behind Cache Creek Vineyard. So there's 2. The new one, I'm sure, is what represents that Planned Parenthood that fell on me like that. I realized too that the Mar Monte one, that they moved over to Nagley because of YMCA, but they only moved there after Linda Ramirez. So Linda Ramirez, Filipino, and Abby Ulog probably represent YMCA. If Linda Manzi worked at YMCA also, at any time before, and no time traveling, at any time before, then Linda Ramirez would have already been working at Lone Performance. But she didn't. So, I mean, Linda Ramirez is a lot smaller than me. Okay? And I'm related to the banana slug. Like, I eat dead leaves. That's basically zombies. But I don't eat them and take their stuff. I eat them when I see them. And when I say I eat them when I see them, they go inside me. They disappear. Okay? Like, you'll still see them. They'll be inside me. Occasionally they get out. And it's linked to technology. Which means that, occasionally they just get out. And I think it has to do with the Great Escape. So that's... probably it has to do with the Great Escape. And it also has to do with the way people view drugs. And how people have died in the past. So, if they died in the past already with a vehicle, then they'll probably get out. Just because it's kind of like me versus them. I mean, if they want to fight me, that's why. If they died in the past already with a vehicle, that's why. That's how they're able to get out. My mom hasn't died in the past with a vehicle. But it doesn't mean she hasn't already drowned. Just like I have already drowned too. I think what got mixed up is with Amistad. Amistad mixed us up. And that's because of X-Men and Xavier. And that's because of Eastern Street and Virginia, VA. When Jeff Perez started working at the VA on Alameda de las Pulgas, he tried to take Vargas, and he tried tried to take Vargas, and that's why there's a Vargas off of 680. And the reason why I tried to take Vargas is because, well, the Filipinos they're pretty tight. They're island people. So for them, they're still on the island. They haven't left the island, basically. And that doesn't mean that they actually walked the Bering Straits either. And it doesn't mean that they actually, actually paddled to the Philippines either. It doesn't mean that. It just means that they're real good at witchcraft, probably. But also they cut with Giselle. Giselle was the one that cut. I saw Giselle, like another Giselle. She was really fat, walking across the street with a bag in her hand. So that's what happened with that. Willie Oseguera, he was good looking. And Giselle was pretty good too. But when Noelia Alcazar showed up at Benjamin Bub, her soulmate should have been Alex Harris. And it should have been Giselle Uribe, Uribe. And they would have been the trio there. And Nathaniel Stoll, Stoll. So the four of them, if one of them is a priest, they would be like a Mormon church or something like that. But yeah, the four of them, and they would have to, all together, consummate it.